Good evening. Hey, hey, hey. Hi, Adriana. Or it's Adrian. Is it Adrian or Adriana? I think it's Adrian. Hello, Janique. Hey, Erica. Hey, Melina. We made it. Hey, Alonzo. Adrian. Got it. I think I've been calling you Adriana for the longest, and it's Adrian. We made it. Day 30. Can you believe it? Ah! We made it. Like, can you actually, like, I need to have, like, some music going on here. Like, let me see if I can find some, like, so sad as it. I know. Like, it's, like, let me see here. Let me see here. We gotta have like a celebration. We made it, y'all. I know you're sad, but we made it. Let me see if this is it right here. Let's see. We made it! It is day 30. Can you believe it? Like, real talk. Yahoo! Can you believe it? Okay, so real talk. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. So can you actually believe, like, we are at day 30? Like, I know. Like, can you believe it? Like, I can't believe it. Like, it's day 30, and we are getting ready to close out officially 30 Days of Thanks, right? So, but this isn't the end. This is the beginning for many of you. And here's the thing. Like, if you love this book, get it for somebody else, right? If you love this book, get it for somebody else. Gift it to them. Get the journal and the book, right? They're $25 for the combo. Get the book and the journal and gift it to somebody if you absolutely loved it, or treat yourself for the holidays and make that one of your little stocking stuffers. But I cannot believe, and I need to be sharing on here before we get started. But today, like, you know, I just can't even, let me turn it down a little bit more. I'm getting distracted. I want to sing. Okay. So, it is, hey Stacy, hey Kim Shay, hey everybody. So let me share on Facebook, and then I'm going to share on Periscope, and let folks know we are live and in full effect. But I'm just super excited that we made it. Like, we super duper duper, we made it. Like, how super awesome is that? And so I know, like, some of you guys are sad because you're like, you know, hey Tiffany, how are you, love? Let me see, we made it. We are live for day 30. Join us. And so for many of you, I know you all are sad, but like I said, hey Chantrice, how are you? Hi Pamela Greek, how are you? Hey everybody on Facebook, Periscope, and Instagram. This is your girl Detra Trueheart, your life purpose generator, purpose provoker, and I speak life mentor, here to help you get out of your own way and get to the business of living so that you can do life well. And so we've spent the last 29 days, today is day 30, diving into my book, 30 Days of Thanks, 30 daily devotions for cultivating an attitude of gratitude. And I'm good, but I'm super excited. Like, I can't believe we are finally here at the end. And for many of you, I know you are sad because this is the end of our 10 o'clock night and Friday noon sessions. But it is not the end. It's the beginning, right? And so thank you so much. And I believe, again, as I stated yesterday, as we've been talking about this week, favor and God's word, and we talked about purpose. And today we're going to talk about completion. And even, and I can't remember which days they are, but when we talk about closed doors and open doors, and so endings and beginnings, right? And so in order for one thing to begin, something has to end. And so, you know, something has to end in order for something to begin. Hey, Aminata, how are you, love? And so I just need y'all to heart it up all night. Like, this is the night that we heart it up, that we just tap, 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 and just celebrate that as we are, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that you all have been joining me, whether it's live or on the replay. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody, depending upon when you are joining me today on this, whether it's live and on the replay. But I am grateful that you all have been joining me, and you have been watching, and you have been sharing, and you have been taking in what we've been talking about. And even if you don't have the book, like you've been journaling, and you've been doing the journal assignments and the prayers that go along with it. And so I just, hey Shania, how are you, lovey? Hey AZ, how are you, love? I just count it an honor, a blessing. I'm humbled that you guys have spent the last few nights with me, because you could be in bed like I could be in bed. If you're looking at these tired eyes, my baby is still home. He is still not feeling well, so y'all keep him in prayer. And so we are probably going to keep him home again tomorrow. I do not want him giving any kid what he has, and so he will be home for another day. But y'all send him some love and some hugs. But I'm super grateful that we have spent these last 30 days together, that we've had an opportunity to be in a space where we can just kind of cultivate that attitude of gratitude. I don't know about you, but my perspective has definitely, thank you for the super hearts, love, that my perspective, even though this is my book, my perspective has definitely changed as well. Like, there's some things that I wanted to complain about, some things that I wanted to have conversation with God about, and I was like, no, God, I thank you anyway. Like, I literally just stopped myself in my tracks and was like, you know what? 30 days of thanks, I thank you. And so I'm going to take that into December with me. And so even though we're going to be done reading the book, we're not done with cultivating an attitude of gratitude. We're not done being thankful. We're not done being grateful. We're not done, being appreciative, for where we are and what's going on in our lives, despite the fact that it may not be something that we want to happen. So again, remember, being thankful isn't optional. It is a necessity. And so it is something that we have to do all the time. It helps us to keep the perspective of what's going on around us and what's happening, right? So I am super excited, super duper excited that, right, it is just the beginning, right? We are not ending. It is just the beginning. And I'm just believing that this is just the beginning for many of you of what God is going to do and how he is going to reveal himself to you and all that good stuff. And so thank you, everybody, for sharing. Thank you, everybody, for joining and inviting followers. Hey, Tyra, how are you? Hey, Micaiah, how are you, love? And so let me just share. I think I have one more place to share, and then we will get to reading. And then we'll just talk a little bit at the end. And then I'm going to let y'all go. As I always say, I'm not trying to keep y'all up all night, all day, all night. And my dog is here with me, so hopefully she's not snoring or passing gas, because she will. I just need to let y'all know she's right over here, just laid out every night like she done worked all day. 132 pounds of just spoiled rottenness. So at any rate, so I've shared. So let me cut the song off, and let's get to reading. Hello, Tyra. I see you joining in. Hey, everybody. So hopefully you've invited somebody, you shared, you let folks know we are live and in full effect. And we are now headed to the back of the book. Look at that. What does that say? That says completion, right? Day 30. Woo! So, it always seems impossible until it's done. That's by Nelson Mandela. So that is the quote as we close out our 30 days of thanks. The quote at the top of our day of completion is, it always seems impossible until it's done. And I think like that is such a powerful quote, because for many of us, it always seems possible until we get into it, until we finish it, until we look back and we're like, dang, I did that. Right? Like, dang, like, and sometimes it's like, dang, God, we did that together. Because for many of us, like this month, this was definitely like a me and God thing, right? For many of you, it's like, this was me and God. Like, he got me through this. Hey, boss lady, how are you, love, Deandra? And so it always seems impossible until it's done. And so for many of you, that is a word. Like, it will seem impossible until it's done. It will seem impossible until you get to the finish line and realize it was hard, but it wasn't impossible. That it was possible that as long as I put one foot in front of the other, as long as I put, have a blessed night. I'll come back and listen tomorrow. Congratulations. Thank you so much, love. And so, how awesome is it to be able to say, like I put one foot in front of the other. I was able to put my shoes on, get to the starting line, and keep moving, right? That I was able to finish. And when what I thought was impossible is now possible. And not only is it possible, it's done, right? So, being thankful for completion. It is finished. We are at our last day of our 30 days of thanks journey. How crazy is this? I just can't get over it. We're done, y'all. Can you believe it? We made it. Yes, we forged ahead. We stayed consistent in developing and cultivating the habit of having an attitude of gratitude, and we can say that we made it to the end. We completed the task, and some days we may have been tired, other days we may have wanted to complain, and there were then there were those days where we just didn't feel like saying anything, but we found something to be thankful for. This is what building and developing habits is all about. Doing it when you don't feel like it or when you don't want to. Things are good on good days, but it's the tired, sleepy, exhausted, I just don't feel like it days that matter, and you made it through all of them, or at least I did. Hold on, my dog needs to go out, y'all. All right, so sorry about that. I closed the door. Hi, Molly, how are you? To make she was closed the door because I was just watching his iPad. Okay, so it says yesterday I was switching my office around and moved some things only to find that as I was preparing for a meeting, both of my printers were broken. They worked at one time, but since unplugging them and moving them, one wouldn't connect to my computer and the other wouldn't print. I couldn't seem to figure out why they wouldn't work, but I decided not to stress about it and be thankful anyway. Last night, as I was writing this, I still decided to stay thankful for at least having a computer to type this message on. Even though my son didn't go to bed until 1:30 a.m. and I had to work with him on my lap, despite it being late and being exhausted, I'm thankful to have had time to spend with him while he tried to ransack my desk as I typed. I say all of that to say that 1 Thessalonians 5:18 holds true in the best of times and in sometimes what seems like the not so best of times. In all things we are asked to give thanks because this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for our lives. This was the basis for our 30 days of thanks, to give thanks no matter what. You see, gratitude isn't optional, it is a necessity. As our 30 days of thanks journey ends, take this opportunity to give thanks for completion. You accomplished what others didn't. Some did not stay the course with us, and others bought the book but never started. How many times have you started something and not finished? If you're like me, there are probably books, projects, exercise programs, etc. that you started but didn't finish. But to God be the glory, we completed this together. I think that says something about doing things with others as opposed to doing them alone. There is a sense of accountability that gives you the push to keep going. As some would say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I would even go a little further to venture out to say how you start can impact how you finish. On this last day of thanks, we're grateful for our start and our finish. We're thankful for completing this journey, and although we may not have finished everything we have started in our lives, we can add this to our accomplishments. We made it. This race the race is not won by the swift or the strong, but by the one who endures. You, my friend, have endured to the end. You have finished this race. Now as you prepare for your next race, learn from your mistakes and learn from those you encounter along the way, but keep going. Don't stop, and don't let mishaps or distractions keep you from accomplishing your desired goals. The way you get to your goal may change, but the goal doesn't have to. I look forward to hearing all about your 30 days of thanks journey. Don't be a stranger. Feel free to stay connected with me at trueheartspeaks.com. So that was our completion. That was our lesson for today in closing it out. And so, again, as I stated, like for many of us, there are tons of things that we can think about that we didn't finish. There are tons of things that we can think about that we didn't complete. Tons of things that like we literally stopped like midway through. But we can say for this, we completed it. Like we made it through the 30 days together. And I think it does say something about doing things with others, being in collaboration, being in connection, being in relationship with people, and knowing that you have other people who are doing this with you, right? And so if you're just getting the book and just starting the book, there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, like I said, you know, you can read this book whenever you want. Like, you can pick this book up again tomorrow and decide that I'm going to do 30 days of thanks again, because I really want to master this thing called gratitude, thankfulness, appreciation. So the journal assignment for today is, on this last day of thanks, take some time to give thanks for completing the 30 days of thanks with me. Give thanks for all the things you've completed in your life, and give thanks for a new habit you have established. Although tomorrow may be a new month, a new day, or even a new season, and even though our 30-day journey has come to an end, you have proven yourself ready to be consistent in keeping what you've done going in your life. Write down those things you have completed in your life. Write down how it made you feel. Write down how you think you stayed the course so that you didn't quit. Here's some other things to consider. How will you keep this going? What have you learned? What changes might you need to make in your life to stay the course? Then take all of which you have written and keep it as a keepsake for those new goals you will take on, and use it as inspiration to help you keep the momentum. And I'll pray. It says, Lord, on this day, this last day of thanks, we thank you for this journey. We thank you for those who stayed the course. We even give thanks for those who didn't. We ask that you bestow a special blessing for those who completed this journey. This was momentous for some because they've never completed anything before. For others, this was an accomplishment added to others. But most importantly, we thank you because we have developed a foundation for having a daily attitude of gratitude no matter what. We will always find something to be thankful, grateful, and appreciative for. As 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, we will give thanks in all things, for this is your will for our lives. Lord, we are thankful that you are committed to carrying out and completing your work in us. Philippians 1:6 says, and I am certain that God who began the good work within you will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Christ Jesus returns. Yes, we are certain that you who began a good work within us will continue your work until it is finally completed, until it is finally finished and complete when Christ returns. Thank you for your continued work in us and for never giving up on us. We are indeed thankful for your faithfulness to us. We are thankful for your Son Jesus and his sacrifice. Lastly, we are also thankful for your Holy Spirit that resides within us and leads and guides us each day. As we meditate and ponder on today's day of thanks, we say thank you, Father, for completion. Even though this is the end of our 30 days of thanks, we know that this is the beginning of something big happening in our lives, and we remain open to its manifestation. Amen. And so I have a closing, like probably, I think it's like every 10 days I actually have one of these. It's a quote, if you can see it. And so this quote is Psalm 34:1. It says, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. And let's see here. I'm trying to see if I can find the other ones. I know they're like after every, I think it's like every 10 days. But I can't find it. I was going to read another one for you, but I don't know where they are. I know they're in here. Or maybe it's just in the beginning and at the end. I thought it was in the middle, but maybe it's the beginning and at the end. So, of course, in the beginning I have 1 Thessalonians 5:18, and then at the end I have Psalm 34:1. So, we made it. We're done. Like, I can't even describe, like, how I feel right now. Like, and I'll be honest, that, like, for me personally, and I'll ask you guys, like, how does it feel being done? How does it feel being, like, at the finish line? How does it feel knowing that what seemed impossible, it always seems impossible until it's done right? And so, for me, just the idea of, like, okay, Lord, how am I going to do, like, 10 o'clock at night? Like, I got to get my son ready for bed. I got to make sure he's in bed. I got to make sure everything is taken care of so there are no, like, disruptions. Am I going to be tired? Like, how is this going to work? I got to get up early in the morning. And I think after a while, like, this is one of the things that it teaches me is, you know, like, once you get going and you develop that rhythm, it becomes a part of lifestyle. We've talked about lifestyle a lot, right? And so there's some habits that you may have to learn and you may have to develop over time. But once you do them, right? And so we spent 30 days together, and we know that it takes 21 to 30 days to develop a habit. And so we have now started the process of cultivating an attitude of gratitude. Like, we've completed this process, and we can start it again. Like, if we wanted to do another 30 days to seal the deal and to really kind of make sure that we have it. Hello, everybody joining in. We just finished day 30, which is being thankful for completion of our 30 days of thanks. We are reading my book, 30 Days of Thanks, 30 Daily Devotions for Cultivating an Attitude of Gratitude by yours truly, Detra Trueheart. And so I am... for me, again, it's just a reinforcement and a reminder that there's always something to be thankful for, and that, like, you know, to some extent, like we always say, like, I would complain, but I can't because nobody would let me. But we can complain, and we do. But I think at the end of the day, like, complaining doesn't really do anything. And I think when you stay in a mindset of thanks, when you stay in a mindset of gratitude, when you stay in a mindset of gratefulness, it changes your perspective, it changes your mindset. And sometimes even the things that you're complaining about aren't even as serious as you make them out to be. Now, I'm not saying that your situation is not serious. I don't know what's going on in your life. But what I will say is that, you know, when you understand who's ordering your steps, who's directing your path, who has your front, back, side, and side, that even in the midst of what you're going through, that God is there. In the midst of it, like, we still have something to be thankful for. We still have something to be grateful for. And we want to honor God by being grateful and thankful, not necessarily even for what he does, but for who he is. So how was this? I'm going to let you guys go, but how was the journey? How was this for you? Because we're done. So good. Life-changing. Love it. Yay! I'm so happy. Put the music back on. Glad I did it with you these nights. I'm glad you did it with me too. Like, we can go to sleep tomorrow night. Like, there's some nights, and I'll be honest, like, there's some nights where I was like, ooh, going to miss you was very helpful. Yes, I know. Like, I'm going to miss y'all too, right? And some mornings, right? And it's like, you know, I'm thinking like, ooh, I'm about to go home, about to tear sleep up. You ever had those minutes? You go, ooh, I'm about to tear sleep up. You do the tear sleep up dance. And then you realize, oh, wait, I can't go to bed when I get home. I have to go live at 10 o'clock. And so I just believe that God is going to honor that. Like, not only for me, but for you. And it was good for me. Open my eyes, my ears, and my mind to a lot of stuff I take for granted. Absolutely. Me too, Chantrice. Absolutely, right? You know, listen, Erica, you already know. Like, I was ready. Like, ready to come home and get up in them covers, turn my thermal blanket on, and be like, boom. And I was like, oh, wait, I got to be up a little bit later. And so I am just, you know, again, I'm just excited about what God is going to do. And so I'm not expecting anything tomorrow. Like, I'm in expectation, right? Like, I have a spirit of expectation, but, like, I'm just trusting that in God's time, right, that he'll do what he's going to do, and that the seeds that I'm sowing, the seeds that we're sowing collectively together, at some point we will reap the harvest, right, in due time, right? Inspired, however, I came in late, so I'll start my 30 days tomorrow. I'll keep the 10 p.m. though. Oh, nice. I love it. Love, love, love it. Love it. So you'll have to keep me posted, Tiffany, on how you said you still will sleep good, though. Thank God for completion. Girl, listen, you ain't said nothing. But I am going out of town tomorrow for the weekend to be with my sorority sisters. So I don't really know if I'm going to sleep tomorrow anyway, but I am going to sleep tonight. And I still have some packing and stuff to do. But I'm just super, super duper excited. And so, again, those of you who are just starting the journey with reading the book, or maybe you're just starting the journey with checking out the videos are on YouTube, so you can share them and go to YouTube. Just in case maybe you just don't want to, like, maybe you're on a Facebook fast of some sort, and you're like, I want to check those videos out, but I'm not online. They're on YouTube. And so I have to put the last couple ones up, I think yesterday and today I'll have to do. But other than that, let me just make sure I didn't freeze on Facebook, because it looks like it's like acting crazy here. Oh, there we go. So you can go on Facebook, Periscope, or YouTube, and you can check them out. But yeah, so you all keep me posted. And like I said, please go to Amazon and write a review of the book. If you could give me a positive review of this book, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Just so that people who go and check out the book, or if they happen to see the book and they see that, like, this has been life-changing for you, that the book has, changed your perspective, and just it's been a helpful book. I want other people to experience what you're experiencing. So with that being said, does anybody have any questions before I let you guys go? We're in our celebration mode. Anybody have any questions before we go? And then I'll let you guys go so I can go and we can all go to bed. Okay, no questions. All right. Hey, Faye, how are you? I saw you popped up. You are very, very much appreciated. I see you, Cuzzo. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate you, too. I appreciate all of y'all. So we will be back in full effect on Monday with the morning life scope. And, you know, for some of you, you know, if you're not in my I Speak Life Society group, which for women, or on my email list, you might want to go on my email, get on my email list. I'll probably be sending something. I'm going to try to send something out tonight or tomorrow morning. But it's really just, as we thank you so much. You have a fun, safe trip. I will. You need to do it 30 days into the new year. See, I'm not messing with you, Chantrice. Totally not messing with you. 30 days into the new year. I could totally do that. And really what you just said is part of my conversation is, you know, getting to a place of where you think about, you know, what you want December to look like. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times we get caught up in the humdrum of just like the holidays, but you don't want to get so caught up in the holidays that you forget to live, and that you forget, you know, to plan your life and to enjoy and to say no and not to overcommit and to actually enjoy it and not work yourself so crazy that you never get to enjoy it, right? And I think for me, that's the reason why, I'll just be honest, like some of y'all love cooking and y'all love, like let's just say for Thanksgiving, there's some people who really love, like, you know, staying up late and getting up early and cooking and all that other kind of stuff. I don't like that, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't get a chance to enjoy the day. Like by the time I've stayed up late cooking and got up early cooking, I don't want to see anybody. I don't really want to talk to you. I want to take a nap. I don't really want people, like, I just don't. Like, that is just not me, right? And it took me a long time to be okay with that, because I think a lot of times the expectation is like, oh my gosh, you don't like, no, I don't. Like, if I'm going to cook and I'm going to do all of that kind of stuff, don't expect that me to have conversation and be happy. What you're going to need me to allow me to take a nap and be away from you for a little bit, and then I can come back and we can play some games and we can have a good time. But that whole, like, it just, I remember, like, the first time I did it, I don't like it at all. And I just don't. Oh, goodness, I don't. And so for me, like, I like to be in a space where I can, like, I want to be able to enjoy my family. I want to be able to sit down and have conversation and really be able to, you know what I mean? And so unless, like, we're sharing responsibilities, and so some people are bringing whatever, but just like, some people love being in the kitchen. And I think that that's great, because guess what? When we talked about purpose yesterday and passion and, you know, the things that you love to do, like, that's not something that I love to do. I really don't. It makes me tired. It makes me sleepy. And girl, listen, we could do pizza and wings and a game night, and we can get it going. Or we could do a potluck. Like, everybody can bring a dish, but And so as you go into the holiday season, be careful of overcommitting. Like, real talk, Erica. Like, let's just, y'all, be careful of overcommitting. I know there's the expectation and the tradition of doing X, Y, and Z or whatever, but, like, I've made it very clear, specifically, like, to my parents, like, I let them know. Like, I remember the one year, and I was like, listen, I'll do this for Thanksgiving, but I'm not doing this for Christmas. I'm totally not doing this for Christmas. I want to sleep in. I don't want to have to be rushing and doing, because we used to do big dinners for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I was just like, I'm not doing it. And I was very clear that I wasn't doing it. And I'm like, if you want to do it, that's great, but I'm not doing that. And so I really want you to, as we're closing out, really in the season of being grateful and thankful, like, you know, it's great that I can spend time with you, but I also know my limit. Like, I know I have a people limit. And so if I've used my people limit cooking and, like, my energy, now, like, I don't have energy to sit and talk because I don't want to. And so I encourage you to spend some time getting to know you. And that's why I think it's important for us to know us. And it's important for us to be in a space where, right? Like, and I think it's either or. So if there's no big meal for Thanksgiving, then you can do a big meal for Christmas. But I'm just like, I don't want to do both. Like, let's do some lasagna, let's do, you know, whatever, but let's enjoy each other's company. Let's sit down and, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't. And so I want you all to take some time and just be with you, and to be in a space where you can enjoy, if that's what you decide to do, you know, you enjoy it. Like, you know, like, you're like my mom, and y'all have heard these stories, and you enjoy spending hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours shopping. Child, shop yourself out. Like, go on shopping, go on have a good time, get all the bags, buy me a little something, something, and send it in the mail, and shop until your heart is content, literally. Because that's what my mother would do. She loves shopping. I, on the other hand, I know what I want, I'm going to get it, and that's that. After a few hours, I'm hungry, I need to go sit down and find me something to eat. And so, you know, I think, again, know you and know what you like and what you don't like, or whatever the case may be. But I really want you this next month and to really start thinking about your 2018. And so if you didn't check out this Monday's Life Scope, where I talked about planning your work and working your plan, and really what I should have called it was planning your life and living your plan, right? Foodies, right? Loving food. I think, you know, you and you are a foodie, just like you, Jay. You and Sandra. Listen, y'all love, and I love good food, but like, I mean, them like just like foodies. And so take some time and go back and watch it. But I really should have called it, you know, work your life and live, you know, plan your life and live the plan. Because it's really about your life. It's not necessarily about work, you know what I mean, your business or whatever, but it's really about planning your life and deciding like what you want your life to look like for 2018. A lot of times we want to plan all of this other kind of stuff, and I mentioned this in the Life Scope, that we spend more time planning our vacations than we do our own lives. And so for us to really take some time to kind of figure out what we want 2018 to look like and what it's going to take in order for that to manifest. And so that's what I want you to do, right? I want you to get intentional. Pick your word for the year. Like, what is that word going to be? And, you know, and pray about it. Ask God to give you whatever that word is going to be. You know, every year you can, you know, a couple years ago I started with a word. Maybe it was 2016 was the first time I did a word of the year. And so I have my words for 2018, but I haven't really been in prayer about them. And so sometimes God changes those. But at any rate, I want y'all to have a good night. I want y'all to sleep well. I want you all to, hey everybody, you all are joining me now and I'm getting ready to close out. Hey Christine, hey Monique, how are you? But go back and check out the replay and then share it when you guys get in. Hey Raquel, how are you, love? And so, so again, I'm grateful that you all have spent these last 30 days with me. Hey Sharon. I'm grateful that we've had an opportunity to connect. I'm grateful that you had an opportunity to share, that you've had an opportunity to hear what God has given me in this book. And hopefully you all, if you haven't gotten the book, that you will get the book, or you will buy it for someone else, that you will gift it to someone else for the holiday season. But more importantly, I want you to just stay in the mode and stay in the mindset of having an attitude of gratitude, because being thankful isn't optional, it is a necessity. So I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. You're welcome so much. And I will see y'all on Monday for the Morning Life Scope at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, whether it's on the replay or live, for the Monday motivational message as we close out this last month of 2017. The last 4 Mondays and actually I'm not even sure if I'm going to be live because Christmas is a Monday. I may not be live on Christmas. So maybe we'll have these last 3 Mondays of December. So thank you so much, Dr. T. And good night, everybody. I love y'all. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being with me. And again, go back and watch the videos. Like if this is your first one, go back and watch them. And again, share them. And don't be selfish with it. And again, if you don't have the book, please get the book. You can get the book for $15. Each of these are $15, but if you get them together, the book and the journal, they're $25, and you can go to my website, trueheartspeaks.com/30 days of thanks. And if you want, you can also go to Amazon. The books are also available on Amazon as well. But you won't get the combo, the $25 combo. That's only available on my website. So I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. This has been super, super awesome. And I will see y'all on Monday. Bye.